Welcome in with your listening ear to another episode of the Rhythm and Blerds podcast. We are your host. I'm Dre.
And I'm Lizzo.
That's Lizzo. Brief pause there. So we wanted to come up on here and talk to y'all about some very important things because a lot of stuff is happening around America. And we need to make sure everybody is exercising their right to vote. These midterms are coming in New York City. I believe it's in June. Damn, don't quote me on that. But I believe it's in June. It is the summertime for us. Make sure you guys know when your midterm elections are in your states. It's very important. Now, here we go to another important thing. Make sure y'all not just voting for people because you know their name. Make sure you actually know what they stand for and you agree with it. Don't just be out here voting for people just because you know their name. I feel like that's what got black people hooked into I'ma just vote for whoever is black. And next thing you know, the person they voting for is pro police. I mean, look at Eric Adams. He
I
was
never
pro
liked
police
Aaron
on his
Adams.
campaign.
Motherfucker, he's a cop. Of course he's gonna be pro. How do you expect a cop to not be pro police? He was a commissioner of the I think NYPD at some
I didn't
point. Of course
expect
he was.
I didn't
He was the
expect
op.
shit from that man.
All right,
All
that's
right.
some. All
I
right,
ain't vote for him.
I ain't vote for his ass either.
I ain't vote to put him in there. That motherfucker said, "Yeah, we're gonna increase the budget for the police." I said, "Yeah, yeah, you bugging. Fuck is you on? Them bitches got some billions of dollars, and crime still happening. So yeah,
Thing with that is like I that's a tough job to take on. And it would
it
be
is.
different if they were giving them more money and that money was going to end up in the pockets of the officers or whatever, then I might be more inclined. But that money is not going to the officers; it's going to the higher ups and whatever
Mm-hmm.
type of other bullshit that they decide that they
And
want to
little
spend on.
robot dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so which I don't know how true it is. I need to look this up, but I was reading somewhere they were saying that the NYPD has a military tank.
yes,
Now,
they do.
so I heard that. Fuck, do we need a military tank for?
In
Like,
case motherfuckers got out of hand.
the crazy shit is that on top of it, the riot squad or whatever, and whatever
Yeah.
special forces in the NYPD, they're already more heavily armed and heavily protected than our soldiers in the military. Like the war vets in these war zone places don't even have the amount of protection that the NYPD has to face off against American citizens. So like anything they do in relation to that, I'm gonna always have a problem with it because like they are armed to deal with people like we're in a war zone. So
Yeah.
that shit is crazy that they have a tank. Why do they need a tank? Like I was kind of a little annoyed when I heard about the game trucks that they had that they were like trying to use to with the community initiatives they were trying to do, like with these safer street things and try to hook up people within the community with the cops. What were they calling them?
I forgot what they was calling it, but it was supposed to be some type of community work so that people can trust them.
That's a good idea because a lot of times what happens is a lot of these officers and the people that they're hiring, these people are coming from other neighborhoods. They're coming
Mhm.
outside of New York City, and they're stepping into these communities where they don't see the people that live in these communities as their people, and that
Yeah.
kind of like escalates a lot of the situation. So community policing, if they really were, out here trying to really know the people in the neighborhood, I kind of feel like that would make the interactions a bit more safer. Because like if you work in this area regularly, you know who the troublemakers are. You know who you don't have to worry about that. If you actually were part of the community, you would know how to like properly address these people. I don't
Oh, yeah,
think
you get familiar.
I don't think it's a bad thing because you know who you're dealing with. That's ideally a good thing, but it kind of feels like they take steps to move in that direction, and they're not doing anything else to like help facilitate and foster that relationship outside of the few times they try to do events. So like,
It's a tug of war. It's done on
yeah, it's
purpose.
like it's good intentions, but like the follow through
Absolutely done
between to
on
make
purpose.
it. Yeah, so that's not where I was trying to go with that, but yeah. um, but yeah, so like with mention the tanks
Voting
and voting. Let's bring it back to voting.
is
Um,
very important for everybody to do because it's needed so police don't have tanks. That's the real thing. A lot
let
of
me ask you
stuff
something.
in the
Right?
South. What was you about to say?
My entire life, right? I've been told that it's necessary to vote,
Yes.
and I don't think, at least for me, I don't think it was ever explained to me why I needed to vote, and also was never really explained to me on how I should vote, right? So these
Mhm.
were things that I kind of had to learn on my own. And I felt like if this information was shared in the same way as go to vote, and this is you got to go vote, and this is why you need to go to vote, and this is how you need to vote, that might, make the situation more believable or like less intimidating. I guess maybe the word I'm looking for.
People do find voting intimidating because they don't know who to vote for.
So how did you learn how to do that? Like, how did you learn the proper way to vote?
I was just told to go to the school and give them my name and fill out the ballot. That's all I was told. But I always knew voting was important. The first time I ever voted was Obama's second term. I voted for Obama, of course, and then I learned all of the evil shit he's done. But it was too late to take the vote back anyway. But I knew it was important to vote because I read about our history in this country. The history of black people in this country is fucking horrific to read. But even for voting, they was killing us over voting. So for me, I'm every time it's time to vote, I'ma just get my ass up and go vote because people spill blood for this, and I'm not about to let them down. I'm gonna use that every time. But I also feel like we're just thrusted into adulthood a lot of the times, and nothing is explained properly. But I knew to just listen to people while they were campaigning and hear how they speak about certain subjects, and when they do these little debates and how these questions are coming up and how they sound, their tone when it comes to black people, because that's always a question. And that's when I realized that I'm supposed to research these people. I think my first mayoral vote, um, that's when I realized I need to research these people. I can't just vote for whoever sent me a flyer in the mail or whoever is popping. and all I see is them all over the city. I can't vote like that. I don't even know who the first mayoral candidate I voted for. I know it wasn't Cuomo. I know that for sure. Not mayoral. He was the governor. What the fuck am I talking about? But I know I ain't never vote for Cuomo. Please know that. I don't have that on my record because he's always been creepy. And I think that's a problem with our politicians too, which is another conversation, is that they just some creepy motherfuckers and people just keep putting their asses in office. But that's a whole different conversation. I
Yeah,
want y'all to know that voting is very important, especially for black people. Voting is very important. Our ancestors, our greats done spilt blood for this, for us to be here. Like we are their wildest dreams. You just have to use your your right to vote. There are people still alive that never voted, had to go march to get the right to vote, and is still being treated unfairly in this goddamn country. Still alive to tell you that tale. I that's who I vote for. I vote for our people because I'm not about to waste that right. But I will say, a lot of the stuff that's happening in the South with the gerrymandering and you know changing all the maps and all of the
gerrymandering.
voting fraud, the the making it hard for you to vote. We're not going to do any more mail-in ballots, but the politicians do mail-in ballots because they not going to their local voting center. So I really, if it didn't require to do all of those evil ass steps, your that means your vote wouldn't matter. They have to do all that shit just to get you not to vote. And for whatever reason, they doing whatever they want, but somehow they still care about the American vote. I really don't know, and I don't understand the stupidity of this country and its politicians from time to time, but they've shown us over and over again it is possible for them to actually take care of us as regular citizens, and they just choose not to. Democratic and Republican. So I always stress to people, especially people who are voting for the first time, to always research who you're voting for. That person that you're about to fill in that bubble for should align with you. I do feel like I did like Mom Donnie at first. I think he alright now. I don't really like him now. But he cool. He alright, I guess. But when he first was campaigning and he was out here and he was just spilling all that word salad, I was like, there's something wrong here. There's something absolutely wrong here. Cause that man talking about Palestine, he talking about when they asked him about Israel, he's saying what we want to hear. And I'm sitting here like, oh my God, this is honestly a little too good to be true. And
He
it was.
switched up. He switched
Yeah,
up. He switched up on him. But like, but that be my
it
thing is that
was.
I don't genuinely believe anybody that goes into politics really has the American people at entrance. I think, and maybe in the very beginning, but once you become a part of the club, in order for you to get anything done that you might want to get done, you gotta allow some things to slide that might
That's
go
true.
against what you are. So you gotta play ball. and
Mhm.
they all eventually get to the point where they're playing ball, and that's just kind of where it is. Um, I am not gonna sit here and
And
lie. I've I like I've I've voted a few times. I have not voted in every election that has come up since I've been able to vote. Um, and I kind of understand why people feel like the vote doesn't really matter. But
I
even
understand.
when I thought that way, in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go vote because at least then I at least try to change something or be involved. So when I bitch about shit, I at least try to do something about it. Or
Yeah.
I'm bitching about shit that I got my hand in. So I've also been one of those people that have gone to the polls and I'm faced with all these people on the list and I don't really know a lot about them. And I have picked a candidate that I'm familiar with, but usually it's because I've heard this person's name before, but at least this candidate, I've seen this candidate before in person. I've heard them spoke about something. So I at least have an idea of where their stance is at something. Like I
Mhm.
have a like if they were clearly saying something to me, saying something that I'm totally against, I wouldn't vote them. But I feel more comfortable in voting for somebody. At least I have an idea of what type of person that they are, rather than just voting for like any random person. I don't think it's wrong to vote for someone that you're familiar with if you're in the moment. But I agree with Dre, like beforehand, if you're able to, you should really, take the time to look up, information on the candidates. Like you can literally type the person's name on social media as people when they're making content. Like they have websites where like you can pull up the up and coming election and they'll list every candidate that's on the ballot and you can read bullet point information about these people via this website. If you don't have the time or you don't know how to effectively search for the information, there are easy ways to get access to some information. That
There
way
is.
you are a little bit knowledgeable before you go in. But I get it. Like some people, you might not have the time to do like a full investigation. That's why it's cool. We got like regular citizens like taking the time to like research these things and making the spreading of that information like more bite-sizable. I
Yeah.
think that's cool because I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like the political jargon, I hate that shit with a passion. I do
You don't
try
like
to
the
read up on
political
things.
influencers?
I appreciate them influencers because I'm not even gonna lie. I don't have the patience to sit down and like research a lot of this myself. So the influencers are beneficial, like so I could like at least be aware of things that I should be going to look up. You feel me? So like I'm able to
Yeah.
use those people to like at least have an idea of what's going on and like be aware of things that I'm not gonna come across on my own or whatever. So I think the influencers are good, but like you still kind of gotta take the information with a grain of salt because like people kind of like tailor their thoughts and a lot of time and they're reporting from like a biased place and sometimes people just be fucking lying and don't be knowing what they're talking about. So there's that too.
That is true.
All right. What was that?
I
You
also
familiar?
feel like what?
What was gonna say?
I also feel like because people might turn to the social media influencers and hear their opinion about such and such candidates, that we should also be aware that they are also regular people with an opinion, and that should not influence you. Like you should also still be having your own original thoughts about ideas and whatever you researched and new information you gained about a person. So just be aware of what you're still doing. Just make sure that you're not being influenced too much. We still need you to be an individual.
You know immortal technique, right?
Yes. Love them.
Okay, so I've been a fan of immortal technique for like a long time. So like a lot of
Music and politically.
like political, like cause just in the I was able to like learn about things that were going on in the world that I didn't even have the slightest idea about.
Hmm.
So it's good because like I know I can go on Google and then like Google whatever search engine, and the stuff that they're suggesting to me is based on what they perceive that I like, right? But there's
Yeah.
still plenty of things in the world that I'm not aware of. So like I'm sitting in a Moodle Technique live stream, and he talks about stuff that's going on all over the world.
Yeah.
To me, that's beneficial because like some of it I'll be listening to for his viewpoints, but more it's more so like being exposed to stuff that I wouldn't otherwise be aware of. Like I was able to learn some more things about the Palestine Israel stuff from listening to Immortal Technique, and that's how I was able to learn the extent of like how long that's been going on. Before actually like taking some time to like
2023
dig
October
into
7th.
it. But even before that,
Yeah. But I
it's
feel
been
like
going on for
people
about
think,
80 years. It
yeah,
just
I think
started
people
then,
just stop because it starts at 2023 October 7th.
and it's been going on for about
People
80
people
years.
also not taking that extra mile of actually doing the research.
Research. So like with stuff like that, so I think to a certain extent, having exposure to influences is not bad, but you just gotta like use your noggin. But the one thing I really appreciate about Immo Technique, he'll clearly state his opinion and then swing back to go do your own research. If I'm saying something to you that you think doesn't sound right and you don't know what I'm talking about, go read and find yourself.
Mhm.
Like go get books and like whatever. Like it's always been reinforcement of go fact check it yourself. And I can always respect that. The educated person is aware of how like little they know about things.
Yeah.
And they're not threatened by the fact that they don't know. It's always like
That's
encouragement for
how you're
like people to do the
supposed to do
same
it
shit.
anyway. That's
Yeah,
exactly how
so
you're supposed to do it.
mm-hmm.
Because a lot of influencers don't even say do your own research anymore. Their word is bond.
Well, tech ain't really an influence. I legitimately
He
believe a
he is
revolution.
an influencer.
You think you would say so?
People go to him and ask for his opinion about stuff. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
That's that
I
is
can't fuck
that
with
is
that.
literally what the word means. You
I
have
can't fuck with
influenced
that.
people to want to know what you think about this. But he's just not big enough because I feel like a lot of people can't take how raw he is about the topics he talk about. And everything got to be sugar coated for certain people or dumbed down. So and that is what it is.
He do
But
be
it's
cursing
but you
people.
should always be encouraged to
That
do your
motherfucker
own
do cursing.
research.
He do be cursing people out though.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
motherfucker be wild. He be
very
wilding on people.
entertaining,
They be asking for it
very
though.
entertaining. Some people need it. You need that reality check. Some people absolutely need it. But I will always encourage people to do their own research. Once you don't even have to be well read, so don't even let that discourage you. But as you read stuff and stuff starts going against what you believe in or what you think is morally right, that's when you're challenging the norm. You're actually having opposite thoughts of what everybody else is going along with. You're not a sheep in this herd. You are actually forming your own opinion. You know knowledge about a certain topic. So it's always best to do your own research, even when you like the influencer or the person talking about whatever topic it may be. Which leads me to say you should always, and I mean always, live freely, dream extraordinarily.
Did you fuck up the
Did I
slogan?
fuck up?
You did fuck up the
Dream
slogan.
extraordinary.
Live fearlessly.
Live
You did say
fearlessly, dream extraordinary.
I fucked up the slogan, but we alright.
I,
That was
I,
close.
I fucked up the slogan. It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. I would say it's been a long time.
But we kind of live by this slogan by in our own means of living freely, which is obviously using our own free will. I mean, technically speaking, what we got of it, but just being happy and being able to express ourselves the way that we want to has always been something that we encourage people to do. And just striving for your goals and whatever dreams you got, just come on, mosey down to our little pep talk right here. We know that the world is in shambles around you. We know. We know, we see it. We experiencing it with you. It's in shambles. This bitch is going down, crumbling underneath our feet. And for whatever reason, every day we wake up and we just keep moving like it's not happening. And I honestly think that's probably the saddest part about being a human being is that we're literally in the midst of all this bullshit. Yet another catastrophic event happening to fucking millennials. And all we can do is power through and move day to day because, my God, I don't know what's happening. But the strength to do that, the strength to just get up for another day, do what you got to do for that day, and make it back home is extraordinary all in itself. Because a lot of people don't have that fight. A lot of people have chosen to just not even enter that fight and not even pull through just to see another day.
Some people just
And
don't
this
make
is
it
this,
through.
yeah, sound a little somber. It's not even sounding like a pep talk no more. But I'm really trying to encourage y'all to just keep pushing through, keep fighting the good fight. Um, as you know, this country is crumbling as we speak, but we will not let it crumble on us. I will say that Black people have outlived so much in our existence on this world that we gonna outlive all this shit to the point of eternity. What? Damn, I already thought about something. Being black to infinity, and if reincarnation exists, I want to be a black woman all over again, every lifetime. That's whoo, every lifetime. You hear me?
Why sound like she wrapping shit up? Like we ain't got a whole nother
Nah,
topic.
nah, I'm not wrapping nothing up.
That's what that should sound
I'm
like.
in I'm in my little sermon right now. Every lifetime, lickety black. I don't want to be none of that. But I will say that we're proud of y'all. Not just because you listen to our podcast and you made it this far, but but we're actually proud of y'all for pushing through. Proud of you for working towards whatever goal you're trying to work towards. Proud of you for waking
For
up another
surviving.
day,
Yeah, probably you for fucking
surviving,
surviving. Hold up.
pushing through, making shit work. Hopefully this is the hard times and hopefully it gets easier because this shit ass. Living in America is ass. It's fun, but it's ass. My God. Some shit gotta change. But I'm gonna steer a little to the left here. Um I know that a lot of people it's probably just my timeline. But a lot of people have been talking about we are not our ancestors. And I think that's weird to say from people who are too scared to smack a white motherfucker calling you the N word to your face. So, but I digress. There's no need for me to go any further on that. We are absolutely not our ancestors. I will say that the people of this generation, a lot of you motherfuckers are bitch made because some shit you just cannot ever let slide at all. But it is what it is. I think that's all I had for my sermon. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how a pastor ends the sermon. I got to learn that, but I don't go to church. I don't even watch that. Wait, are we supposed to break out into the Holy Ghost? Huh?
Blasphemy.
We about to start stomping and shit.
That's blasphemous. That-
It's just so much going on. You pushing through. You trying to make life the best that it can be. Because we not promised tomorrow. As dark as that is. It's our reality.
Where's the fucking pep? Where's the pep? Where's the pep?
Being peppy.
That's not being
This is
peppy.
peppy.
That is not peppy.
This is peppy. We told people we was proud of them.
And then you spiraled into whatever the hell.
I'm a dark person.
I'ma just be quiet.
I'm a dark individual, literally and figuratively.
You
But
know what? Stop. Just stop. Just stop right there. Just stop right there. Just stop right there. Just take a breather. Take a break.
it's all love. It's all love. But not for real.
Now we are proud of you. Even if
Hmm.
it's all you doing right now is just figuring out how to make it through the day in one piece. If you one of them go getter people that's out here trying to, build out your own path, we're proud of you for that. If you a person just hustling so you can pay your medical bills, be proud of that too. If you living your life in a way the best way you can, we're proud of you for that. And it's really just that simple.
She ain't like my sermon.
You went dark on my motherfucker. I didn't know.
Oh
Someone's
my!
supposed to. Someone's supposed to give
It's
niggas hope.
cool,
I don't
being.
know what that was, but Yeah.
But speaking of saving the day, I wanted to bring up Marvel and how none of these bitches actually saved the day. And I'm pretty sure being a regular citizen in the Marvel universe has to be the worst possible thing in the absolute universe to be. But
Marvel you? Hell yeah.
just
Hell
just
fucking
a
yeah.
regular person. The Hulk using your car to throw that shit. Fucking Ultron, whoever they fighting. Come on, insurance don't even cover that.
Fucking Avengers Tower, fucking Doctor Strange Stronghold. Some bitches is only a few blocks from each other. Hell yeah.
Which is crazy.
Mind you, Manhattan is a island. Manhattan and all of that shit happened on that little ass island of Manhattan.
It's big and small at the same time.
That shit is a hellscape
I really don't
regularly.
understand how the New York universe in Marvel actually works. Because it's like 15 blocks away from each other. They mad close. But we tearing down skyscrapers, putting dents in buildings, fucking up somebody home, landing on cars, breaking fire height. We fucking up the whole city. For what?
It's not even including the snap, but half the population
My
died.
God. And as the regular citizens, we ain't even do shit to get snapped. We just existing.
Just the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's crazy. I will say that the Marvel universe is probably some of the most confusing shit I've seen in a long time. I am our resident DC fangirl. I do watch Marvel movies and shows, but I am not invested because y'all do the same shit in every movie. But I'ma still go watch it though. But y'all do the same shit in every movie, which is it's kind of disappointing, but still entertaining. But I feel like if Marvel embraced the diversity they actually fucking have, shit be good. It would actually be good. Where did they leave off at in what's that movie with the Marvel girls? And Monica
Marvels.
Rambeau is in space with her mama from another universe. I hate y'all universes. Y'all got too many fucking universes. I
Says the new
will say
52 girl. But okay.
yeah. I will say that every comic series in they fucking universes be insane, but DC, from what I've read and watched, it don't be mixing this much. You feel me?
They done restarted their timeline a few times.
Oh,
Like, don't
they
we're
restarted the
not gonna play that.
timeline. I'm talking about the
We not gonna
universe.
we not gonna pretend
The
like
universes
that
don't
don't
be
happen.
mixing. But when they restart the timeline, you supposed to forget the old one.
Yeah, but people don't forget the old one. They still
Marvel don't even allow you to forget the old one. Somebody gonna bring up some shit from the fucking last run they had.
but
Bring up
as
some shit
far
from Endgame. Oh,
but that's the same timeline. So like as far
all
as
of
I
this is the
understand,
same timeline. I'm confused.
so the Avengers stuff is the main timeline. And then as far as I know, when the Doctor Strange movie happened, then that was when they added the multiverse on there. And then I think the
Oh,
X Men
because he
stuff
made
that we're
holes
gonna get.
in it. He opening portals.
Yes, I think with the X Men stuff, I think those people exist, and the X Men exist in a separate timeline. But it's the main timeline and then the X Men timeline. That's where Monica ended up at the end of the Marvels. That was a alternate. on timeline.
Mind you,
As far as I know about two, but I have it's probably more than that because I know with the TV shows,
more than two.
there's I know about two, but there may be more than that because of the
Crossing at
TV
the
show.
same damn time?
Yes,
No wonder I'm fucking confused.
it's kind of hard not to be confused if you watching stuff out of order. But
See, I also don't like that shit.
yeah, so
But
I'm not caught up on everything, but I kind of got like superhero fatigue. I ain't even gonna lie, but I do plan on I do plan on watching the rest of the stuff from this phase. I just been taking my time about it.
the Marvels movie was actually a fantastic movie, and you
Yo,
losers don't know how to enjoy shit.
you know what? Like that
So
movie just had terrible timing. It
right
came
after the
out during the
strike,
writer's strike, and then the Disney
yeah,
boycott happened
yeah,
on that, so they couldn't even promote the
they did
movie.
it on
And then
purpose.
that, and then
Hmm.
fanboys they don't like shit, so they was bitching about it.
I sat down and watched She-Hulk. That shit was
I gotta
actually fucking funny. You
I gotta
bitches
watch.
is fucking miserable. That's exactly what I'm saying. You're miserable. She-Hulk was actually funny. That show could have went on for a couple of seasons. Y'all mad because she was twerking with Megan Thee Stallion?
Yeah, I heard about that. That like they
Y'all
don't let
y'all mad
her.
because the girl got a sense of human. What was that girl named? Tatiana, whatever.
I don't
She
know.
got a sense of that shit was actually enjoyable to watch. I didn't understand why people had so much hate for it, but it was actually a good show.
If we're being honest, nerds are miserable fucking people. Like now, everybody's online talking about the nerdy things they like, but originally the online fandom space was full with people that took their nerd shit too seriously, and a lot of them just happened to be terrible ass fucking people. So they would go online to the
Miserable.
forum and be fucking bitching about everything. But like
Hmm.
that's just the same form. Like these motherfuckers is just making TikToks and putting their face on it. So it's the same shit, just different format. Same bullshit,
You
different.
right.
So
You
but
right.
like the Marvels was really good. That was Brie Larson's probably best performance as Captain Marvel, and I think it was because she had other actresses to play off of,
Yeah.
and she also had more time to learn to be Carol Danvers. But like it's really like fucked up that
How many
uh
times did we see her?
she had the
Like three,
Captain
three or
Marvel
four
movie.
times?
Yeah, so it was Captain. She was the Captain Marvel. She
Yeah.
popped up in I think
In
Infinity
game.
War, Endgame,
Oh.
Infinity War, and then the
Was
Marvels.
Infinity
I think
War
it
the
was
one where she was a hologram for like 10 seconds?
I believe that was I think the hologram
And
thing was from her personal movie. So there's that. I think that was her best performance. And what the hell is her Monica Ramon's actress? What is her name right now? I can't think of her name right now. And it was on the tip of my tongue. She did a fantastic job. And I still think the girl that played Mrs. Marvel, Mani
yeah,
Ramani, like she stole
that's
the
a
show.
cute
Like
name.
that was her fucking movie. Like that literally was her movie. And I'm kind of like sad that like she's not gonna get another season because the fanboys was hating on that shit. But she literally was like the embodiment of like comic book fans. Like she was somebody that was into like superheroes and like she did all the quirky, nerd shit that we like to do online. And then one day she became a superhero. Like she's literally living motherfuckers' dreams, and motherfuckers is hating on her. Like that's crazy. Like
That
she's
is
literally
crazy.
that is she's literally the embodiment what these motherfuckers dream about, and they was hating on her like that. So I wasn't too like I don't like that they made her not a mutant, but did they? No, it was something that they changed from the comic book. but she was like they also like tweaked her powers a little bit, but they kind
Yeah,
of
they did a
had
little
the
tweak.
like they kind of the MCU they always change things from the comic book to like adapt it into the universe. So I wasn't really like too mad about that because I believe in the comic books I believe she was an Inhuman. And the Inhumans they almost kind of like X-Men but not quite. So she's kind of mutant and kind of not. Um,
So like an in between.
yeah, so it's kind of but kind of not. But um, but yeah, so like that was like that's kind of ass that like she got chipped out of her season two, and then she potentially got chipped out of another movie role, and it
Now,
wasn't
well,
for
I
lack
do hope
of
she pop up again.
yeah, because like, it's not even a pop of that. I think probably Monica we gonna see her again just because she's gonna pop up. She's gonna have to pop up some point in the X-Men timeline.
Well,
I don't really
yeah,
know
she's.
how.
I don't
I
know.
don't know how much. I don't really know how much of role she gonna
I'm
have.
kind of excited to see it play out, but kind of not. And I feel like I'm that way because I feel like they playing with us on who Storm could be. Because all I keep seeing is fan castings, but I'm trying to see who they casted as Storm. That's who I really want to see.
Yeah.
And she better not be light skinned again. I'm not watching that shit. I didn't watch that last X-Men movie.
Well, you know what gripe that I saw? Someone was complaining about. You ever seen X Men Evolution?
Yes.
So in X Men Evolution, Storm was an adult. Canonically, she's always been the same age as the rest of the X Men, right? Wolverine and
Yeah.
all of them, right? They were complaining about the paraf the I think is the parafic the parification, is that what it's called? Um by default because she's this older black woman making her a matriarch mother figure. They didn't really like that, and they were saying like with the new
What, the
casting,
parentification of her?
yeah, the parentification of her.
Who parentified her anyway? Cause she,
Cyclops and all of them were students. They was young,
yeah,
and she was a teacher.
yeah,
They had a problem with that fact that they tried
because
to
she was a
accept her.
teacher.
Yeah, and they kind of saw that as a I'm not doing a good thing. A good.
Did they not? Did they not take into account that she might be older than them?
She's not
She's not older than Wolverine,
canonically.
but
She's not. So
I thought they was aging Cyclops and Jean down for romance value.
I don't know, but I didn't do a good job explaining what they were trying to explain. But they were saying like they don't like the fact that
I see what they trying to say, but she was a teacher
yeah,
at a boarding school with motherfuckers with superhuman powers.
the way that it was explained by the person, I could see the complaint that they had. I mean, I can see that um being a thing because it was explained in a way where like that was a little tropey, like the way they seen
Yeah.
it. But I wouldn't have automatically perceived it to be that way without someone pointing it out. And then at that point, maybe my mind would have rolled down that train of thought, but I wouldn't have automatically grabbed onto that. But I'm also like a little dense with shit like that too, so I'm not a good person to expect that from.
I don't know. It's been a forever and a half since I've seen that movie, but from what I remember, being a teacher doesn't parentify you. She's really disciplining people like a teacher should. I sometimes think people overthink. Might be taking it too far.
In the way I explained it, it do seem like they were overthinking, but it actually the argument and their little commentary on it, their little
Hmm.
dissection of it, it made sense. Like it was like a sound argument to be
Because
made.
sometimes people just be talking.
They do, but you know what? Even if that person was pulling it out their ass, it was a thought out theory, right? It was somebody that was like using a brain for critical analysis. And considering how stupid people is nowadays, you gotta give credit where credit is due. Like it might have been reaching, but it was thought out. Like it wasn't just somebody pulling a theory out their ass. Because nowadays, like people don't even have their own opinions. They just
Yeah,
regurgitate the same shit other people are saying. So anybody, even if it's some shit I don't agree with, if it's some different shit and it sounds like you thinking, I could respect somebody's right to their opinion. And that was a
I can
good damn
respect that.
opinion. If I'm able to find um the tweet, I'll send it to you, the thread, and then we'll post it in the description. So like if anybody's curious, they can read it
Pretty
themselves and then let us know if they agree or
pretty
not.
deep think piece about
Yeah,
Storm being princess. This is okay.
that's the shit
But
that I like.
I will say that it might be taking it too far. But
I don't think it was.
Marvel and their storylines, I guess it's kind of confusing at certain times because Marvel Marvel trying to get you to watch everything they put out so everything makes sense to you. Which I get it from a business and a marketing standpoint why I would want you to watch all the movies I make and all the TV shows I make just so I can get my money's worth. That should be too much to watch. The the shows shouldn't even be contributing to the storylines in the movies. You feel me? They should be like sub story plots and they get figured out and fizzled out in the show. Because what was that show with Bucky and Anthony Mackie, Sam? I thought that show was thoroughly entertaining.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yes. And that shit was a subplot and it literally got fizzled out. It didn't make it past the show. There was no mention of any of the stuff that happened in any of the movies or nothing. Nothing connected to nothing. It was just an experience that happened and we just kept it moving to make sense of what I'm not getting in a movie I spent $24, $25 to watch. I don't want to participate anymore because y'all doing too much. I got to pay for the subscription to watch the show, keep up with the show, and then keep watching the movies. And then I got to watch it in order so it makes sense. And then I got to watch the other show because the other character made a guest appearance. Like, this is too much. I think that's where Marvel Universe be losing me.
But I don't think it's a problem. I think because like
I think it's too much. I think that's the problem.
I think it's more effort than you wouldn't put in. So that's a matter of preference.
That could be it. But if I'm just watching the movies shouldn't make sense to me.
They will
I
make
should
sense to you.
understand. I should understand these two characters' relationship without watching a show.
You can though. You get that the movie be contained. It's just that if you've seen the other things, there are things that are mentioned that popped up in other movies, but you don't need to have seen the rest of the MCU to appreciate the Thunderbolts movie.
I thought that was actually a cool movie. You bitches once again let me down. That was actually a pretty good movie.
If you've seen the other movies, then you have more background information, and you'll watch that movie in a different way. But you didn't need that knowledge to take that movie in.
To me, that movie it was connected, but it also felt like a standalone.
Pre Endgame, like all
Mhm.
those movies were interconnected. So like just about everything that came after that were like self-contained movies. But even with the first like two phases or whatever, you could watch the Captain America movies and those be standalone movies. But like you wouldn't get the overarching plot without following it to the rest of the movies. But
Yeah.
you could still enjoy those movies without not having the extra pieces. It's just you got more when you watch everything. So I think, and as far as I think that that's still the case now. I know at one point the TV shows had a separate like storyline from the movies. I don't know when they started feeding into each other because at one point they were like separate things altogether. I don't know when that changed or if that's something that actually did change.
I feel like the Wanda show kind of spiraled that because if you didn't watch the Wanda show and Agatha, when it was time for the Marvels movie, you wouldn't have understand what Monica was talking about when she said that she was in another world and shit.
Yeah, but you didn't need to know what happened with Wanda to
You kind of did because I understood that because I watched Wanda.
yeah, so it made it more full, but not knowing that didn't take anything away from
If I
the
didn't watch
movie.
Wanda, how I would have asked what the fuck she talking about.
Yeah,
It was a brief moment when Brie Larson asked her, "How what you been up to? How you been?" Like that shit really would have threw me for a loop if I didn't watch Wanda. Like what the fuck is she talking about? What the hell happened to her? Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
When you say it makes it a fuller experience, that's true. That's very true. And I understand why this character is the way it is they are because I watched the TV show.
Can you imagine though, you getting fucking snapped and you come back to that bullshit?
Yo, I'ma be angry as shit.
Yeah, that was
As
fucking.
soon as everything starts calming down and my thoughts start piecing shit together, I'ma be mad as hell. And me stuck in the fucking 1940s, 1950s, so you can live it up and chop it up with your fake children and your fake. You powerful as shit, bitch. Mad powerful.
She was so powerful, ain't even know how fucking powerful she was. That was the crazy part. Like that's the crazy fucking part. She had no fucking
Powerful as
idea.
shit. She
No
just
idea.
out here just maladaptive dreaming in real life. Like she brought the shit to life for real. It ain't even in her head no more. But that shit was crazy. I do feel like I said, the TV show shouldn't be something that you require to make the experience of the movies fuller. But I understand why, or from a business point, that they do it like that. And they want you to watch it and they want you to experience it all at the same time. So when the movies are having a downtime, you watch the TV shows. And when the movies are popping out, the TV shows are being made and in production. So
The
I
house
really
of
do
mouse.
understand. Yeah.
That's the house of mouse working his grubby little
They
hands on
just
every
trying to
fucking
balance
thing.
that shit out so you can't literally say, damn, I ain't see something from Marvel in a minute. You literally can't say that. You cannot because they are literally pumping shit out almost every chance they get. They not sleeping over there.
Nah, they not. Them motherfuckers got Japanese anime studio style production output. Those niggas don't sleep at all. Just out there.
But I will give Marvel their kudos. They do have a fantastic and advanced universe, unlike DC. But we gonna get it right though. And hopefully. Hopefully.
I just want to see some fun shit.
Superman movie was fun.
Yeah, Superman was fun, and I'm excited for Supergirl when that shit come out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I do love the idea of Jason Momoa as Lobo. I like that. I didn't like him as Aquaman. I feel like Aquaman is a very serious and stern character, and Jason Momoa is not that for me. He's not that.
He's too charismatic. Somebody was saying.
Yeah, I like him when he a little jokester. But I know he play a good evil person. I don't even know what movie I liked him. It was one of them damn Fast and the Furious movies. I liked his character in
I remember that.
as the bad guy. He was funny as shit in that. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And you know them Fast and the Furious movies be getting long and repetitive than motherfucker. It's so much we could do in a fucking car. Oh my
With
god.
space, motherfuckers with the space. That was
You
crazy.
would have never thought that fucking Ludacris and Tyrese would somehow put a car in space. Come on, Vin Diesel. Come on, please. Let us
Sometime
rest. Let the family rest.
you still
That
watching
shit
that
is
shit.
out. I'm still gonna watch the next one. Just like I
Yeah.
watch all them Jason Statham movies. I'm still gonna watch the next one. I don't know. It's like an addiction you don't want to let down. Like, damn, I don't want to miss this stupid shit they about to put me through. When that nigga said we gonna go to space, I was like, y'all lying. Y'all, how? You know what? You lying, and they fucking did it.
I remember joking about that shit before that movie came out, and these motherfuckers ended up in space. I'm like, wow,
Like,
that's crazy. Crazy.
you can't make this shit up. I just hope that the Rock's character he don't need to come back. We get on Hobbs. Bring Jason Momoa back. I don't even know if his character died in the last movie. Bring that motherfucker back. And that was thoroughly entertaining. But I really do hope to see DC kind of get a DC universe going. I really want to see my favorite DC characters, not Hal Jordan, shine on the big screen. That's how ass Hal Jordan is. That even his movie was ass. So just stop. I beg of y'all, as Hal Jordan's number one hater, please let that motherfucker go. Stop putting him in shit. Comics, movies, TV, animation, stop it. He don't need to be there no more. We need to go with the other Green Lanterns. Shit, they got more personality. And they don't get their ass whooped. And they don't need help to whoop ass.
It's mad lazy
Yo,
people
that's
shit,
a
bro.
whole nother conversation. I could go on and on about how much I hate that motherfucker. Fuck Hal Jordan. That motherfucker bring the Green Lantern name down. I don't give a shit.
Was he the
Every
first one
time
though?
I play with that man, he just disappointed me. Damn.
He the first one, bro. You gotta give him
Yeah,
some. You gotta give him some slack.
I'm
He the
not
first
giving
one.
him he not the first one. But I'm
Who was
not
the
giving
first?
that.
Who was the
He the
first
first Earth.
Lantern?
Yeah, he the first Earthling. I give him that. But he's so ass. He's so ass. Put Jon Stewart in everything, and y'all better not. That Aaron Pierre better not be my motherfucking Jon Stewart.
He is Jon
I
Stewart. They're like,
yo, oh my god, I'll take Tyrese at this point. You feel me? Just find a fine ass dark skinned man to play Jon Stewart. You better not give me fucking Aaron Pierre.
who the fuck
Um,
is his name? Jameson Elders?
no, Absolutely the fuck not.
He was fan casting Franklin Saint for John Stewart.
Yeah, because
He
they're
an
fucking
actor.
stupid. They're absolutely not.
He
Why the
can.
fuck would we do that?
I don't see Franklin Saint as.
I don't see that either. Because Jon Stewart has always just like been an older dude in his 30s and 40s since his debut. You feel me? So Idris Elba type of age. You know, I would even support Lance Gross if he had the acting skills to do some serious shit. Um, maybe Kofi, but it just cannot be no light skinned man playing Jon Stewart. I don't even know what the fuck I would do with that.
I don't know. I feel like Kofi too young. He looks too young
You
for
think
me.
he looks too young?
I think so. Yeah.
I think the last time I saw him, um, he was in that Doja Cat video, and I ain't not on purpose, but I ain't look for him since then. But he kind of looked like he was pushing 40 in that video.
I'm trying to think. And Lance Gross, I don't.
No, Lance Gross is just a fine ass
Yeah, but
black
I
man.
don't know.
That's
I
that.
don't know.
That's all I need for real. But I also need you to act. So
I mean,
that's why it can't be him, but it should be him. You feel me? Does that make sense? It
yeah.
can't be Lance Gross, but it should be Lance Gross. That is one fine ass man.
That's the words out of my mouth, not mine, y'all. I didn't say that he can act. I did not say that.
Ah, he is a fine ass man, but he ah, I can't take him seriously.
Another fan cast I seen, Shavante Rhodes.
Oh, yes, I can see him. He fine as hell too. Yeah. Yeah, we going somewhere.
To me, I feel like that's a little bit harder sell for me. I think Lynch Gross like fits the image in my head a little bit better, but
I think
that's
Lance
another
Gross fit the image because he always had that low cut Caesar, and you could just see Green Lantern with that shit. You feel me? That's like been his number one hairstyle for a long ass time, and we just always seen Lance Gross with a low cut Caesar. But I don't know what they gonna do. But it should absolutely not be Aaron Pierre because that's the last time I heard of Green Lantern. As soon as a motherfucker said John Stewart, John who? Yeah,
that was
that got me
counterpoint for that
fucked up.
Lantern Corps show, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm hoping that nigga playing Hal Jordan. Turn that white man into a light skinned man. Come on, y'all could do that. Let him
The light
redeem
skin
himself.
delegation don't need no elves. The light skin delegation do not need no elves. Don't put that.
Let him Justice League War is my favorite movie to watch because it literally proves that Hal Jordan ain't shit. As
I
his
could
number
watch
one
that
hater,
movie.
that motherfucker ain't shit. He had to wait. He was stuck in that trance, and Wonder Woman had to come and save his bitch ass. Stop putting Hal Jordan in shit, bro. There's other Green Lanterns. Stop, please. There's a whole fucking corp. Like let's use all 152 of them bitches. I don't even know how many motherfuckers in that shit.
Isn't that
Come on, man.
Sinestro a Lantern too? Sinestro, is that his name? The
Oh,
one with the first two?
Celestro?
Is that his
Yeah,
name?
yeah.
Okay.
Evil Luigi. What Waluigi looking motherfucker? Yes.
That motherfucker do look like Waluigi now that you mention it.
Like it's mad motherfuckers in the Green Lantern Corps to be using and to be sticking with the one that always get his ass beat. But
You know the
we
fan
not
boys
gonna
already
go any
hated.
further because
You know
I could go for days talking shit about Hal Jordan.
You got
You hear me? Days. That shit
you
fuels me.
the fanboys got their favorites, so they gonna just keep trying to cater to them, and
I hate
and
that that
then
motherfucker was the original Justice League with a bad rep. Every time he in a fight, he needed help. Like, oh my god, how the fuck you make it into the court, bro?
yo, I wish you could hear how serious you sound. Like,
Like, how the fuck you make it into the court but you can't even win your ones? Come on, man.
see,
I really do hate his character.
that's why I fuck with you because you just like me. You take your fandom too seriously.
Like that shit don't make no sense.
You sound like you was personally slighted. Like,
Like that motherfucker was really fighting for me. That's how I was feeling.
yeah,
Growing up, I was reading them comic books and watching the animation when Justice League Unlimited came out, and I actually got to see Jon Stewart animated. I was so happy. Oh, you don't know how happy I was. Oh, just not Hal Jordan, and he was winning his ones. Come on, put some respect on the Green Lantern Corp name. Damn. But yeah, it's fuck Hal Jordan till the end of time. And I don't even know if the creator of Hal Jordan really created him to be a bitch ass motherfucker. But that's who you are now. You just a bitch ass motherfucker. You just created that. Just a loser. He's a fucking loser. Damn.
Jesus, that's how you feel, cuz.
Yeah, Hal Jordan's just a fucking loser. He can't win his ones. He always need help. Shout out to Darkseid for sending the Goonies to flip that bitch like a pancake. Fuck it.
We gotta do an episode where we talk about that movie. I'm gonna watch War Avengers. It's on
Yes,
my watch
please
list.
watch it.
Cause
Please, Justice League War. I recommend everybody to watch Justice League War. Anytime somebody wants to go watch a DC animation and they ask me for a recommendation, I said the first thing you start off with is Justice League War and see how much of a bitch Hal Jordan is. And motherfuckers come back to me like, damn, bro, you was right. Exactly. Now go watch the rest of them shits. All of them. They all good.
favorite one was probably the Teen Titans the Judas Contract. That's what it was called.
DC ain't never flop on the animation. I
I kind
I'll
of fuck
tell
with
y'all
Killing
that.
Joke too. That was fun too.
All that shit be in depth.
Yeah,
Character development, animation, fire, plot makes sense. Like, oh, can't go wrong with a DC animation.
you remember when we met one of the storyboard artists
Yeah.
and the that motherfucker was talking about how much he can't stand Batman. I was like, yo, I was like, I understand. He's like, I'll just anybody. He's like, anybody put Batman. I was like, I understand.
It's because Batman is so used and abused. Oh, Batman ain't take a day off. Batman and Superman ain't take a day off since they've been created.
I found more people that dislike Superman than I found people that dislike that. And
What?
usually with
Just like Superman.
the people that I've encountered that dislike Superman, they dislike
It's
the fact
sunshine
that
rainbows.
that's why they don't like him.
'Cause he's a goody two shoes.
That's why they don't like him. And to me, that's well, I'm like, that's the best thing about him.
Yeah, that's literally what a superhero is supposed to embody.
I was like, that's the best thing about him. He chooses to make the right decisions, even if that shit makes his life harder. And I fuck with that crazy. People they don't like him because he's good. Why would you not like that? People are not naturally altruistic like that.
Yeah, that's true.
To have a character that's trying to live to this standard that's not even touchable by a actual person is crazy. The expectations that Superman has for himself, he can barely keep up with.
Ah, than a
Like
motherfucker.
he still be fucking trying, and I respect
Yeah,
that so much. Like, how do you not love that shit? That's um. I realize people just like toxic shit a lot of times, and the people that I encounter that don't like Batman is usually because Batman is rich. Like shit like that. Like he's fucking
Uh,
rich and he got money. Not liking the billionaires are valid complaint. Like
it's
I
very
can't knock
valid.
that.
It's very valid.
It's not a bad character.
He's literally a billionaire that go beat up on crackheads and junkies in the street, bro. Crazy people. Like,
Because
yeah,
that
there's
motherfucker
something wrong
crazy.
with that man.
Yeah, that's why he do
There's
that. Something
something
wrong
wrong
with
with
him.
him.
There's
There's
something wrong with
something
him. That's
wrong.
why
He's
he
not
do that.
even fighting real villains. He fighting motherfuckers out the mental ward. There's something wrong with him.
Well, yeah, something wrong with him. Only somebody that's mentally not right up top would do shit like that.
In Gotham City of all places, he just beating motherfuckers from the mental ward. He not even stopping crime for real for y'all. But it is what it is. We want to thank y'all for listening to another episode of the Rhythm and Blurs podcast. Boom, 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 boom.
And we'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Peace out. Boom, boom.